As part of the Warframe yearly celebration, we are treated to a couple of goodies. One of those goodies is a highly customized version of the standard Afuris. Hey guys, hello and welcome back. As always, my name is Leyzar, and today we're going to be diving deeper into these babies. The Dex Furis used to require no mastery rank at all in order to use, but nowadays you will need mastery rank 10 in order to wield those puppies. That being said, please keep in mind that my builds and guides usually take a more new player friendly approach, simply because there's a lot of information here that most of the time simply doesn't get covered, and I feel that I should. So if you're a veteran of the game, please bear with me. And with that out of the way, let's jump into the Dex Furis. Firstly, let's check out how the weapon handles without any sorts of mods equipped. And I'm roughly 20-25 meters away from my target right now. Let's start spraying. The Dex Furis, of course, being an automatic pair of pistols. And what I'm trying to get at is that this is not very accurate. Even though I'm not really that far away from my target, it missed a whole lot of shots. Let's jump into the stats and see what exactly are we dealing with. First of all, like I said, this one comes from the yearly celebration. That means you're gonna have a potato installed from the get-go, so you're not gonna have to upgrade with an Orokin catalyst. However, my weapons have been formatted a total of 5 times. You're not gonna need 5 times for the build I'm recommending you, but you will still need a total of 4 forma. Accuracy 15.4, and as you saw there in practice on auto pistols, it leaves just a little bit to be desired when it comes to medium and long range targets. Critical chance is 14%, which is not a lot, but is a whole lot better than the standard version of the Furis. Critical multiplier 2.0x, which is not bad at all. Fire rate 20. That's a huge fire rate with a magazine clip of 100. Noise alarming, reload 2.0, which is actually quite good, and a riven disposition of 5 out of 5. Now keep in mind that the riven disposition for this one is tied into the normal Afuris, and the higher the riven disposition is, the more potent the rivens will be. And we do have a riven to check out some quote-unquote endgame potential a bit later. Status chance is very good for the Dex Furis, 28%, and it deals impact, slash, and puncture, with puncture being the highest. So let's slap on some mods. The first thing you should do with mostly any weapon is slap on some flat damage, and it's gonna be Hornet Strike for pistols. We'll add 220% extra damage, and if you guys got Prime version of any of the mods that I recommend, then by all means jump right in and use your Prime version. When it comes to damage, we do have a couple of additional options. Magnum Force. Now Magnum Force is heavy caliber for pistols. It will add damage at the cost of accuracy, but as you saw, the accuracy is a little bit suffering on these pistols, so we're gonna stay away from Magnum Force. Another option would be Auger Pack. Now Auger Pack is actually quite a decent mod. Not taking the set bonus into account, that's 90% extra damage, which of course will multiply your elemental damage later on after you slap some on. But to be perfectly frank with you guys, there's simply not enough space for this mod on the pistol. There are simply better options. So we added some flat damage, and for now that's gonna be enough. Why don't we add some multi-shot? There's a lot of discussion within the Warframe community that multi-shot might even be better than flat-out damage, but the point is, it's one of the most important things you can put on your weapons. Barrel Diffusion, the standard pistol mod for multi-shot, that means 120% plus multi-shot. But we're not gonna stop there, we're also gonna be adding Lethal Torrent. Now Lethal Torrent will add some fire rate and some multi-shot. Now that additional fire rate, because of the accuracy of the pistol, sometimes will turn around and bite you in the butt. Simply because you're firing so fast, it's gonna be difficult to actually land all your bullets, and you're gonna end up missing like 10-15% of your clip. Again, this is about player skill, player know-how, how many FPS, what are your specific circumstances, and so on and so forth. The point is here that 60% multi-shot is very important, especially on the Dex Furis. Now that we got some multi-shot and some damage, let's further amplify the crit chance and the crit damage. Like I said before, the crit chance, well, the crit chance would have been so good if it was a bit higher, but it's still decent enough as it is, and the multiplier is quite nice. When it comes to crit chance for Pistol Gambit is the mod to have, is 120% extra critical chance. And if you guys manage to get your hands on the Prime version of this mod, then it's definitely 120% of worth it. We got a lot of crit chance now, 30% up from 14%, so why don't we add some critical damage with Target Cracker? And once again, if you do have the Prime version, is a whole lot more potent. The standard version of Target Cracker is just a little bit underpowered from my point of view. At least 70% would be good, but there you go. Target Cracker is gonna be the way to go. Next, we should be looking toward amplifying our damage with a bit of elemental damage. And elemental damage should always be added depending on where you're going and who you're fighting. Let's take the example of the Grineer. The Grineer are still the toughest targets in Warframe and they take the most to kill. When fighting the Grineer, one ideal combination is to go for corrosive damage. Corrosive damage is the combination of electricity together with toxin. So why don't we start with a little bit of toxin? We have two options. We can either go for the 90 mod, which will add more flat damage, or we can go for the 60-60 mod with Pistol Pestilence. Now, Pistol Pestilence is a fairly common mod. If you don't have this one from the trade chat, 10-15 plat on the maximum for Pistol Pestilence, and it is definitely worth picking up. Which one should you go for? Well, it's kinda clear. If you're going for level 100 plus, then Pistol Pestilence is gonna provide more damage. That extra status chance will help you strip the armor from your enemies a whole lot faster. Now let's keep in mind, we are firing a lot of bullets pretty quickly. Now we got a 32 fire rate, and the magazine can definitely take it at 100. And the reload ain't bad at all. So in our case, because we're gonna fight level 100 plus, Pistol Pestilence is gonna be the way to go. Under 100 plus, pathogen rounds is gonna be more than enough. Now that we got our toxin, why don't we add a little bit of electricity? The 60-60 mod for electricity, unfortunately, is Jolt. Now, Jolt can only be obtained from Battle Kit tier, the Void Trader, and because of this, the prices for Jolt are kinda high. You can get this one for around 100 plat from the trade chat. If you don't have Jolt or don't want to spend the money for Jolt, then forget about it and just use Convulsion instead, the 90 mod. Then you can make a bit of a mix between high status chance and a bit of extra damage as well. As for our final mod, we do have a couple of options. Now you can go for a commodity mod. You'll see that these pistols have one big issue: ammo. You're gonna be running out of ammo unless you try to fix that problem. A way you can fix that problem, which I don't really enjoy, is pistol ammo. Converts unused ammo pickups into pistol ammo. Now this will solve your ammo issues with the Dex Furis. However, there is another way. If you don't want to sacrifice a mod on your guns, then you can forget about this and just use carrier. Let me jump quickly in my carrier so you can see exactly what I mean. Now you can use the standard version of the carrier if you so desire. I'm gonna use the Prime because this is the only one I got at this point, and we're gonna take a look at ammo case. Increases ammunition capacity by 25%, so our maximum ammo will jump from 400 to 500, and converts ammo pickups into ammo for equipped weapon after 2 seconds. So basically you're gonna pick up shotgun ammo, rifle ammo, and after 2 seconds it will be converted into pistol ammo, as long as your pistols are the ones which are equipped. Those 2 seconds sometimes kind of are a bit of a pain, but this is a way to fix your ammo issue without having to equip pistol ammo mutation. And this is gonna be the route we're going. You see I have no weapon on the carrier, no anything else that would skew the test results. Now back to our final mod. In a situation such as this, further amplifying your elemental combo will be the best way to get the most damage out of the Dex Furis. You guys going to fight the Corpus? Then Magnetic will nuke down their shield. However, I recommend building Gas, as it bypasses their shields entirely and nukes down their health. Going up against the Infested, then flat out fire will be more than enough, so just build Heat. But in our case, we're going up against the Grineer, heavily armored targets, and we already built Corrosive because of Jolt and Pistol Pestilence. We can further augment that by slapping on the Electricity 90 mod, which is Convulsion. If you guys have Pathogen rounds maxed out instead of Convulsion, then you can use this one. It doesn't really matter, it simply adds to the Corrosive combo. And again, if you don't have Jolt, because I know it's expensive and it might be difficult to get your hands on, then simply slap on both of the 90 mods and keep only Pistol Pestilence. By all means, this combination will prove more efficient up until level 100. Going over level 100, then you do want the two 60-60 mods. And that's pretty much it. We have our build, why don't we try it? We're gonna kill whatever remnants I had here from testing, and we're gonna spawn in level 115 Corrupted Heavy Gunner. One last note, look at the lower right corner. You will see that my ammo capacity jumped from 400 to 500. That is because of carrier. Hello, Mr. Grineer. What happened to your health? As you can see, the Dex Furis can absolutely shred targets without much issue. The only problem I realistically have is that ammo. Not my kill power, not my kill potential, not my firepower, not anything but ammo, which is why pistol ammo mutation and or carrier is gonna be necessary when using the Dex Furis regularly. Unless you want to approach things something like, I don't know, you're using your primary as well, your primary weapon, and just using your secondaries when you're like out of ammo or the enemies are not taking targets, or perhaps you want to run two elemental combinations between your main weapon and your secondary weapon. But again, that ammo needs to be fixed. Now let's talk about a couple of quality of life mods. Let's talk about reload speed. Now reload speed you can achieve with stunning speed. This would be like the best option. It will give you 40% reload speed and 10% status chance. In all honesty, it's not really worth it on the Dex Furis because again, you do have a reload speed of 2 seconds. However, there are a couple of more options to make the weapon a bit more usable. Again, if you're going into a mission only with a Dex Furis for whatever reason, because you love these pistols, then you're gonna run into some problems because again, ammo. You want to increase the magazine capacity? That's also something worth doing sometimes. Ice Storm, 40% magazine capacity and 40% cold. This would be the mod I recommend for magazine capacity, and by all means you can slap on stunning speed and Ice Storm at the same time. Keep in mind that while this will bring up your mag capacity to 140, it doesn't fix the problem with your maximum ammo, so while in a mission you're still gonna have to go through the entire thing and watch out for ammo drops. Just equip vacuum on your carrier and that should be more than enough. And that's gonna do it for our standard build. Let's switch to my Revan setup. Thank you very much to my community for hooking me up with this one. This is the Afuris Crita in any case. 278% extra damage, 167 extra puncture, and let's keep in mind that puncture does deal extra damage against certain armor types, and also the Dex Furis is primarily a puncture weapon, puncture being the largest amount of damage on it by default. 214% extra crit chance and minus zoom, and you might think, wow, this one looks really good, but in all actuality, critical chance on this weapon provides the least amount of damage. In testing, I had to drop Pistol Gambit simply because it dropped my damage by the least amount out of all the mods present. Other than that, we got Prime Target Cracker instead of the standard version of Target Cracker. This one fully maxed out will give you 110% extra critical damage opposed to the standard one, which only gets you 60. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So let's see what a Revan can do against the exact same target. So we're gonna kill off the remnants and we're gonna go for it. And as per the usual, Rivens do quite a bit of difference, and currently the prices on Afuris Rivens are a bit higher than I would have liked. I was expecting something like 30, 40, maybe 50 plat on roll, but unfortunately these bloody things are a bit more expensive than that. But I did manage to trade. What did I trade for this one? I think my AK Lex Riven, just so I can show you what these weapons can do with a Riven. And of course it is a whole lot more potent. Is it worth it to get a Riven for this one? Well, that is up to you. I don't think the Dex Furis actually needs a Riven to be competitive, but if you want to push it to the limit, absolutely get a Riven for it. We're not gonna stop there, however. We're gonna pick up Lady Mirage. Where are you, sweetie? There we go, Mirage. And we're not gonna stop here either. We're gonna equip a specific aura. Now the aura for pistols is called Pistol Lamp, and it will add 27% extra pistol damage, and we're gonna be running the following two arcanes. Arcane number 1 is Arcane Velocity. On critical hit, 60% chance for plus 80% fire rate to pistols for 6 seconds, plus the usual plus 1 arcane revive. And the second one is gonna be Arcane Awakening. Now let me be perfectly clear, I only bought this one for the showcase in the video, but it's not, in all honesty, a very good arcane unless you have a pair of pistols that reloads all the time. You'll see how Arcane Velocity together with Arcane Awakening kind of work together. One increases the fire rate, so you're going to be reloading more often. As for Arcane Awakening, provides you a 40% chance on reload for plus 100% damage to pistols for 16 seconds. And again, if you have a pair of pistols that you reload all the time, then this arcane might prove worthwhile. For me, so-so for the most part. So we're gonna be simulating the exact same set once again, and we're gonna activate Mirage's first ability and her third ability, and we're gonna go to town on these puppies. As you can see, a Riven setup plus the Warframe buffs plus the arcanes do make quite the difference, and I'm able to shred through these targets without any issue at all. Now if I get the reload buff at least once, there we go, Arcane Awakening procced, and that will prove a big damage increase as well. So it is worth getting, but it's a bit unreliable, to be honest. It's gonna be up to you guys if you want it or not. If you're talking about price, then you can get it for about 80 plat DR3, and as you can see, it does make a difference. If you want to get the most out of your pistols and you're reloading all the time, not necessarily only for the Dex Furis, it works with any pistols at all, then definitely pick it up. And that's gonna do it pretty much for this build guide. I'm gonna thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. If you got any feedback for me or would like to request specific weapon reviews, by all means, leave it in the comment section down below. Now, I can't realistically promise you that, listen, next time is gonna be done, but I will read each and every comment, and at a certain point, I do plan on going through all of the weapons. But until next time, guys, again, you don't wanna wave, god damn you. Bye-bye!